So, let's start. Number 11, the Hercules at Corona Borealis Great Wall. Before you even think about stars or planets, there's something much larger you need to face. You are living inside a structure so vast that even light would need nearly 10 billion years to cross it. This is the Hercules at Corona Borealis Great Wall. In simple terms, it's a gigantic wall of galaxies, billions of them, stitched together across space where, according to current cosmology, no such connection should exist. The large-scale universe is supposed to look smooth and evenly distributed, like a fog when viewed from far enough away. That idea is called the cosmological principle, and it's one of the foundations behind everything you think you know about cosmic structure. But this object breaks that promise. It appears as a scar in the cosmic web, too long, too organized, too extreme to comfortably explain. Here's where it turns unsettling. If structures like this can form, then the rules you rely on are not universal, only approximate. You are not inside a perfectly ordered universe, one that doesn't fully behave. Number 10, Ton 618, the monster black hole. If the universe already felt overwhelming, this is where it becomes personal. Somewhere out there is an object so massive that entire solar systems could drift toward it and vanish without resistance. Ton 618 is a supermassive black hole with a mass about 66 billion times that of the Sun. Its event horizon, the point where light itself can no longer escape, spans nearly 400 billion kilometers, wider than the orbit of Neptune. You don't see Ton 618 directly, what you see is its quasar. A blinding beacon created as matter heats up just before being pulled past the point of no return. That light traveled more than 10 billion years to reach you, meaning this object already existed when the universe was young, and it's still there, still feeding, quietly growing heavier. What makes Ton 618 disturbing isn't aggression. It doesn't chase, it doesn't react, it simply exists, pulling everything nearby toward it with patience that borders on eternity. And the most unsettling part is this: no one knows how something this large could have formed at all. Number 9. The huge LQG. After black holes, you might expect the universe to return to something more orderly. It doesn't. In 2012, astronomers discovered the Huge Large Quasar Group, often called the Huge LQG, a chain of 73 quasars stretching across nearly 4 billion light-years. To put that into perspective, the Milky Way is about 100,000 light-years wide. This structure is tens of thousands of times larger. Quasars are the blazing cores of distant galaxies, powered by supermassive black holes. They're supposed to be scattered randomly across space, but here, they weren't random at all. They appeared linked, arranged along an enormous cosmic structure held together by gravity, something vast enough to be seen across a significant fraction of the observable universe. This is where the discomfort sets in. According to the cosmological principle, the universe should look roughly the same everywhere when viewed on large scales. The huge LQG breaks that assumption. It's simply too large, too coherent. Some scientists argue it shouldn't exist, others say our models must be incomplete. Either way, it suggests the universe is less uniform than you were led to believe. Number 8. The Phoenix Cluster. Just when you think size is the limit, the universe reminds you that intensity matters too. About 5-7 billion light-years away lies the Phoenix Cluster, one of the most massive and energetic galaxy clusters ever observed. It contains more than 1,000 galaxies, all embedded in a vast cloud of superheated gas glowing in X-rays. The total mass of this system equals roughly 1 quadrillion suns. At its center sits a supermassive black hole, consuming material at an extraordinary rate. As it feeds, it releases powerful jets of energy that heat the surrounding gas, creating an environment both violent and luminous. What makes the Phoenix Cluster remarkable is what happens next. Despite this chaos, parts of the gas cool rapidly enough to form new stars, around 500 suns every single year. That's hundreds of times faster than star formation in the Milky Way. This constant cycle of heating, cooling, collapse, and rebirth turns the Phoenix Cluster into a cosmic furnace. Creation and destruction are happening at the same time, on a scale so large it's difficult to comprehend. It shows you a universe where stability isn't peaceful, it's temporary. Number 7, IC 1101, the king of galaxies. If galaxies were cities, then IC 1101 would be an endless megacity stretching across space, located roughly 1 billion light-years away. IC 1101 is the largest galaxy scientists have ever discovered. It spans nearly 6 million light-years from end to end. To understand that scale, you could line up about 60 Milky Way galaxies side by side inside it and still have room left over. This galaxy contains an estimated 100 trillion stars, along with countless planets, moons, and black holes. From within IC 1101, the night sky would never truly be dark. Ancient starlight would fill the heavens in every direction, creating a constant glow that makes emptiness feel impossible. Astronomers believe IC 1101 grew this massive by slowly swallowing smaller galaxies over billions of years. Merger after merger, it expanded into a cosmic empire. But here's the unsettling detail: most of its stars are old and fading, and very few new ones are being born. It's a giant that may already be past its prime, quietly drifting toward decline. Number 6. the Shapley supercluster. If galaxies were cities and clusters were nations, the Shapley supercluster would be an entire continent of matter, stretching across roughly 650 million light-years. It contains more than 8,000 galaxies packed into one of the densest regions of the nearby universe. It lies about the same distance away. Yet its influence reaches much farther than that. This supercluster is so massive that its gravity actually affects the motion of our own galaxy, even from hundreds of millions of light-years away. It is tugging on the Milky Way, gently but relentlessly. Inside Shapley are dozens of galaxy clusters, each one a swarm of hundreds of galaxies orbiting a shared gravitational center. Together, they form a bright, concentrated river of light cutting through the cosmic dark. What makes this unsettling is how connected everything becomes at this scale. Shapley is not isolated. It is part of an even larger structure called the Laniakea supercluster. That means your home galaxy is already embedded in a vast system of motion and pull, whether you're aware of it or not. Number 5, Alcyonius, the largest radio galaxy ever found. Far from anything you can see with your eyes lies a structure that redefines what a single galaxy can become. Alcyonius is the largest radio galaxy ever discovered, stretching an astonishing 16.3 million light-years across. That's more than 160 times wider than the Milky Way. If it were placed where your galaxy sits, its reach would extend far beyond every familiar star in the night sky. At its center is a supermassive black hole, quietly powering this enormous scale. It launches jets of energy at nearly the speed of light. Beams so vast they travel millions of light-years into intergalactic space. These jets inflate gigantic lobes of radio-emitting plasma, forming ghostly structures invisible to human eyes but glowing brightly to radio telescopes. What makes Alcyonius unsettling is that it shouldn't be this large. Its core isn't unusually active, and it doesn't sit in a dense region full of fuel. It seems to have grown slowly and unchecked over billions of years, a silent giant, expanding beyond expectation, hidden in plain sight. Number 4, the giant GRB ring. Some discoveries don't just surprise scientists, they force them to pause. In 2015, astronomers noticed that 9 gamma-ray bursts, the most powerful explosions known in the universe, were not scattered randomly across the sky. Instead, they formed a near-perfect ring, stretching about 5.6 billion light-years across. For scale, that's roughly 56,000 times wider than the Milky Way. Gamma-ray bursts usually appear without pattern. They're caused by massive stars collapsing or neutron stars colliding. Brief flashes that last seconds but outshine entire galaxies. There's no reason for them to organize themselves. And yet, here they were, outlining a structure so vast it defies expectation. What unsettles researchers is not just the size, but the implication. Structures this large are not supposed to exist under the standard model of cosmology. Some suggest it could be a relic from the early universe, a ripple left behind by the Big Bang. Others think it may be part of an even larger structure we can barely perceive. Either way, it suggests the universe sometimes arranges itself without explanation. Number 3, the Laniakea supercluster. When you think about where you live, you probably imagine a planet, maybe a solar system, or at most a galaxy, but your true cosmic address is much larger than that. The Laniakea supercluster, often called Laniakea, is a vast region of space spanning about 520 million light-years and containing roughly 100,000 galaxies, including your own Milky Way. Discovered in 2014, Laniakea isn't just a collection of galaxies sitting still. It's a flowing structure, a cosmic river of matter moving toward a mysterious region known as the Great Attractor. Galaxies within Laniakea are all drifting in coordinated motion, pulled by gravity over billions of years. This invisible flow defines the boundaries of the supercluster itself. From inside, this motion is impossible to feel. Everything seems stable, but in reality, you are already in transit, carried along by forces far beyond your awareness. Stars are forming, galaxies are colliding, and entire systems are slowly migrating together. Laniakea reveals a universe that is never truly at rest, even when it feels calm. Number 2, the observable universe. After everything you've just heard, there is only one thing left to confront. The largest structure of all isn't a wall, a cluster, or a galaxy. It's the boundary of everything you can possibly see. The observable universe is a vast sphere about 93 billion light-years across, containing every star, galaxy, and cosmic structure whose light has had time to reach you. Inside this bubble are roughly 2 trillion galaxies, each holding hundreds of billions of stars, and likely more planets than there are grains of sand on every beach on Earth. The light from the most distant objects began its journey nearly 13.8 billion years ago. Shortly after the universe itself began, when you look deeper into space, you are not seeing farther away, you are seeing further back in time. But here is the quiet, unsettling truth. This is not the whole universe, it is only the part illuminated so far. Beyond this edge, space continues to exist. Expanding, unreachable, unseen. Reality doesn't end where your vision does, it simply keeps going, without you. Number 1, beyond the observable edge. After the observable universe, there is no larger object you can point to, no structure you can map. what comes next isn't something you can see. It's something you can only infer. Beyond the observable edge lies the rest of the universe, a region so distant that its light has never reached you and never will, not because it doesn't exist, but because space itself is expanding faster than information can travel, according to modern cosmology. The universe may be infinite, or at least vastly larger than the visible portion. That means everything you've just heard, the great walls, the clusters, the superclusters, could be repeated endlessly beyond your horizon. Entire cosmic histories may be unfolding right now. Permanently disconnected from your reality, this is where the scale becomes quietly unsettling. There are regions of existence you can never observe, influence, or confirm. No matter how advanced your technology becomes, knowledge has a hard boundary, and you are already standing at it. The universe doesn't just contain mysteries, it contains places where mystery itself is unreachable, and you will never know what's happening there. Thank you for watching and sticking till the end. We've got plenty more videos coming in the future. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. See you in the next one.